Well, let's talk to Mark Sommer, who's a reporter at Buffalo News. Mark, welcome. Good to see you. It's very difficult sitting outside the U.S. to get a steer and a sense of what's happening there. Give us a sense of the scale of this weather and its disruption.
Good morning. The weather has been intense across the country with Arctic temperatures reported throughout the United States. A few days ago, more than half the country was subject to a weather advisory or weather warning, given the conditions. Here in Buffalo, we've really taken it probably worse than anybody. Just to give your audience an idea, on Friday and Saturday, we had 2 consecutive days of sustained whiteout. Now, I don't know if people know what that means, but whiteout conditions are when you really can't see more than a few feet in front of you. And it was like that. Personally, I've experienced it, for short periods of time. I've never seen anything like this, where it was literally for 2 full days. On top of that, we had swirling, gusty winds of up to 70 miles an hour, and 109 centimeters of snow dropped in 2 days. So it was just a convergence of weather systems that made life extremely difficult. And we're in the 4th day of recovery now, trying to get out of that.
Mark, we're now getting suggestions that the snow's going, but warnings about the consequences of flooding next. What are the authorities there saying?
Well, honestly, we're not hearing a lot about flooding concerns just yet, because right now the biggest concerns are clearing roads, still making it possible to have access routes for emergency vehicles like ambulances and the like, and still checking people's homes. A few people have frozen to death in their homes. A few people froze to death in their cars. There's a travel ban in effect still for Buffalo and parts of the county that Buffalo sits in. Unfortunately, a number of people went out in their cars after the travel ban went into effect. They got stranded. Their cars blocked the ability for fire trucks, police, ambulances, and other responders to drive on the roads. And some people got stuck in their cars, and in a few cases I mentioned, actually froze to death. 33 people have died in this aftermath of the Buffalo blizzard.
And 60 people dead throughout this blizzard. Obviously an enormous shock to that community. I wonder what has been the most problematic part of this storm?
Well, the loss of life is the most problematic part. It's just so tragic that people went for days in freezing temperatures without heat, number one, and had difficulty leaving their houses because we had snowdrift, sometimes leaving walls of snow 4 or 5 feet tall near the entrance to your door. The roads and the sidewalks hadn't been cleared yet. So, especially for seniors, people with health issues or disabilities, it made it extremely difficult to get out of the house. So that's all been very difficult. And the problem with the cars blocking the roads all over the place has really hampered rescue operations.
How well is a community like Buffalo and other parts of the United States, how well are they prepared for events like this, do you think?
Well, Buffalo in particular, we're a very hardy people. We're used to it. We get more than 100 inches of snow a year, so we're no strangers to snow. What happened here, though, as the governor of New York said, was really a once-in-a-generation storm, or as she said, also one for the ages. So even the rescuers needed to be rescued. There was an Army unit, a National Guard, that was available to help with clearing roads and the like, and they came down from a nearby city. They got stuck, so they had to be dug out. Everyone, there's no one who hasn't been getting stuck trying to ride on these roads because it's just been a big mess out there. The good news is, as I said, we're in the 4th day of recovery. The roads are starting to get better. We're down to less than 3,000 people without heat and electricity.
Mark?
From a high of nearly 30,000.
Mark, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for coming on the program. Mark Sommer from Buffalo News in the United States.